So, right, we're still working on that setup. There's a new setting on my phone that lets me kind of focus the recording on my voice. Somebody brought it to my attention that there's this weird ringing sound in the background. That would be my refrigerator, and so I can't do anything about it. But that said, hopefully this new recording change will make a difference. I am opening this because we're doing a bunch of videos today. We're gonna time travel. Hooray. Hooray. Woo. Alright, let's see. Okay, with this particular thing, there's one piece here that I can't share because I don't have it. So, for those of you who are new here or haven't seen me in a while, I'm Aradia your resident witch and creatrix over to Radi's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. So, on Tuesdays, I like to do a little thing called the Art Haul. And the Art Haul, in a nutshell, is me sharing something that I've gotten from my business, my creative process. It might be for the intuitive and metaphysical work that I do, just all kinds of stuff like that. So I like to share those things with you because it's kind of a behind the scenes for me, but also, sorry, my brain is stopping. Yeah, it's a little bit of a behind the scenes thing, but it's also a matter of giving you ideas for things that you might want to work out, check out, or investigate for your own creative, etc. practices. So, there you go. Without further ado, though, what do we get? Now, like I said, there's one bit that I can't share live on camera because I frankly don't know where it is. I have a suspicion that this is probably in my sewing area, which is currently in storage. Like, I could double check, but I really don't. I'm pretty sure it's absolutely not in here. Let's see if I can move this. If I squeal, that means I dropped something and I shouldn't have. Okay. I doubt that it's in here, because why would it be? Why would it be somewhere convenient? Why? Why? That's just, that would be helpful, and it can't in any way be any sort of helpful. And it doesn't make good sense for things to be, you know, where I need them to be. You know, now that I've talked all this smack about what's gonna happen, I'm gonna rummage around in this for a second, and then I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna look like an ass. Because that's also like the kind of shit that happens to me. Because I just found something that I was supposed to share earlier. By earlier, I mean just at a time not now. And I'm like, oh look, there it is. You said you didn't know where it was, and there it is. And I'm like, oh yeah, there in fact it is. Because of course it is. Of course it is. I don't think I can find it though. It's just, odds are not looking good right now. Let's see. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, I'm not a liar. Ooh, yeah. Awesome. Awesome! I mean, it sucks that I couldn't share it with you, but yay that it was right, I guess. Anyway, yeah. The whole point of this is to empty out my bin, because I've been, like, saving up stuff, so. Don't worry, I have a picture of it, so you can see what it is. It's a fabric with a design that looks a lot like lace. It's a solid piece of fabric though, but there we go. So yeah, I'm a mess today. I'm really tired. I'm having a hell of a time focusing on, I don't know, like anything, which is great. It's fantastic. But what else I got? So I got 2 sets of chainmail rings. One set are these little black ones. And then another set, which they spilled everywhere because of course they did, is these copper ones. So the black are 20 gauge. That's an inner diameter of 7/16. And the other ones are 18 gauge with an inside diameter of 15/64, because it's not a weird number at all. Then I got 2 sets of pliers that came together for our chainmail. We've got a bent nose, which are my, love those, favorite, and then the needle nose. It's just easier to work with chainmail with pliers that are actually made for them. Yep. Okay, and then the fabric that I can't find. It also means, because this is something that I was like trying to work on, that I can now put this away, aka into my my art cart, which is what it's decided to call it now, because it rhymes. And yeah, but I got it from AC Moore, and the funny thing is AC Moore doesn't exist anymore. It's gone now. I'm pretty sure, was it the fabric was just, I mean, fabric is, you can find fabric anywhere, but as far as finding a specific print, like, good luck, you know. I won't link to it because one, AC Moore has gone into their fat quarters was just random bits of fabric. So there's that. The pliers are by Beadalon. So I will link to the pliers below, and I will write that down because I think I didn't think about that. No, I did think about it. Okay. I just didn't do it. Yay. So I'll link to the plier set, and I'll link to the 2 specific ring sets. They are both by Artistic Wire. So I will link directly to them, but also if I can find like a general website that has just all the ring options, I'll put that in there too. But you can get your wire wherever the hell you want, or your rings wherever you want. You can use whatever pliers you want, right? Whatever. It's all good and gravy. So that being said, I haven't really done a whole lot with it. I feel like I started trying to fiddle around, but I'm not overly versed in chainmail. I have some instructions that I bought ages before this, which is really weird because you would think that I would have bought it all together, and that's not what happened at all. I actually had some jump rings that I made, or rings that would serve as chainmail rings, really just to dick around, not that they were good quality. And so I actually started doing some of the chainmail with those, and just the thickness and the gauge of the wire, like, it matters. And so I got into the point of, okay, you know, maybe you should actually get some chainmail rings. And I'm like, probably it'd make doing this a lot easier. So yeah, there's a specific design that I really like that I would like to make, and I don't think I've successfully made it, and that's because of how everything is linked. I can't quite get it, but we're gonna work on it. So all good. Yeah, I think that's it. It looks like also I'm gonna need to get another bin to put all of my chainmail stuff in, because I think eventually I'm gonna obviously get more rings, get more colors, get more sizes, and it would behoove me to have some place to put them now, wouldn't it? Which is just good. Found a reason to, you know, buy something else. Like, I need a reason. Hopefully you can't hear that. That is, they're apparently collecting the trash, which is super irritating because this is like a bad time. Let's see. Is that everything? Yeah, I think that is. So the most of the plan is going to be necklaces and bracelets. I might do an anklet or two. Anklets are just like not as popular as they used to be. Like I think when I was growing up, I feel like they were more popular among teenagers, and now like you just don't hear about them. Bracelets are reasonably popular. You probably can get away with making some pendants and some earrings as well. I feel like I've seen actual rings, like ring for your finger, but because of the nature of chainmail, right? You take it off and it would just kind of flop. I feel like it would do that. So, and you definitely wouldn't want it to like misshape, because that would mess up the design. And I know me, I am like hard as hell on my rings. Like the bottom of this ring is actually flat. So there's that. But I'm really excited to work with chainmail because I love chainmail, and I'm a little bit of a Renaissance lover, to the point where I was going to join the SCA, and I should like probably rekindle that because I love to make things and I love all kinds of stuff like that. So there you go. And this will mostly be for me to have fun. I mean, obviously I'm willing to sell some of the stuff that I want to make, but you know, it's also just starting out going to be something fun for me to play around with. So there is that. Okay, so what I want to hear from you is, what's the last cool thing that you bought for your creative process? Share it in the comments below. Gosh, this is really awkward having all this. And I feel like I need to put a post-it like right there so I can look at it and not be like turning my head constantly. Because not that I care about looking profesh, really give a shit, but it's got to be irritating, right? As a viewer, like, what is she looking at? Looking at my fucking screen, which is right there, because the backdrop of behind me is a no-go over there. So anyway, if you want to see pictures of everything I've talked about, including that fabric that I don't have on hand, you can scroll into the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the link at the top and it'll send you over to my Patreon where you can see this public post. As always, I've got the links to the pliers and the 2 sets of rings linked below. And possibly just the whole bead along ring, or the artistic wires ring set, like all of their options. I might link to it. I'm not 100% about that, deciding wise. And of course you can find my websites, Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, linked below, as well as all my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I like to hang out the most. And I want to say a big thank you for being here, for being part of my channel, for watching me on Patreon and being a patron, etc. and so on. Announcement, because you stayed to the end of the video, your reward is, what are we talking about tomorrow? It's Work in Progress Wednesday, finally. Yeah, so an aside note announcement. I had a day job that I was working and ceased to have that day job, which is why you see me right now. So I went from 3 jobs to 4 jobs to 3 jobs to 2 jobs. I'm about to go back to 3, which means I'm going to be trying to get a lot of these recordings up ahead of time as much as possible. Like this one is for tomorrow, and it's not tomorrow yet. I will be able to have some time in the evenings to do some work, but like the lighting changes. And if I hadn't taken time to do pictures and stuff like that, it would be, some days it's going to be a little more difficult to get all that done, like on the time crunch. So I want to make sure that I just make everybody aware that I'm going to probably be shifting how I set my videos up. I don't know how much you're going to notice, but just an FYI, I'm excited. This new day job is utilizing some education that I received recently. So it's, you know, actually being put to use versus you learned this for no reason. I can't stand that. It irritates the shit out of me. So there we go. Remember to like and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube, and consider becoming a patron, because patrons are how I'm able to continue to make free videos like this for everybody, but also you get to get in some awesome goods that nobody else gets to see, and some additional community work that is funded through Patreon. So well worth it if you want the bonus goods. That being said, I'm Aradia Noir. I'm signing off for right now, and I will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow, hopefully. Toodles!